What's up, guys? Rachel here. Welcome to episode 3 of Rachel's Real Talk podcast. So, today I'm going to be covering ways that we can manage our journey through perimenopause. Firstly, though, it makes sense if I highlight the symptoms that you'll experience or could experience whilst going through perimenopause. Now, if I'm honest with you, 10 years ago, I don't think I'd actually think that at this young age of 42, I would have needed to know about perimenopause and the symptoms. I just assumed that you'd have to be in your 50s before you start caring about menopause. That's quite ignorant, really, because where did I get that information from that I wouldn't experience menopause until I'm in my 50s? Why would I not research the symptoms that I'm going to go through, even if I feel that it's going to be in my 50s? Why would I not take the time to research what it is beforehand? So it's just that attitude that we sometimes have as, well, it's not affecting me now, so why am I worried? But it just proves that in school, they teach us sex education. They teach us what it's going to be like to have a baby and how parenting is going to change your life. But menopause is also going to change your life, and they don't teach us that. Why? I don't know, but it's something that we all need to learn way before we get into that because of the fact that it is life changing and we need to know what to expect from it. So, typically, then, going through the stages of perimenopause happens in our mid 40s, but can start as early as our late 30s and last for several years. This duration can be, 8 to 15 years, and each woman's journey is unique. Yes, we will all have a decrease in hormone production within our ovaries, but no one's experience is going to be exactly the same. So, what will be the reason why our journeys through perimenopause are so different? Genetics, nutrition, your healthcare, the age that you enter into menopause, as well as the fact that you may have entered into menopause through surgery. Women have hysterectomy, so that forces menopause. And you could have lost your menstrual cycle through stress. So that also will take you into perimenopause. So let's grab a pen. Let's see the possible symptoms then that you may experience or you may be experiencing now. So, increased anxiety or depression, or both. So that is a big one that women tend to experience. Brain fog, like seriously, you just had your phone. You're now looking for this phone, lifting up cushions, going around the house. Where did I put my phone? Looking in your bag, and guess what? Your phone is in your hand. This happens. No joke. This happens. So brain fog is one of them. Forgetfulness, making a, tin of beans with some toast. 1 minute the beans is next to the tin opener, and then you're like, where's the tin of beans gone? Why haven't I got the tin of beans? Then you're looking around the kitchen, you can't find the beans, then you go in the fridge, the tin of beans are in the fridge. You're like, why did I put the beans in the fridge? You don't even remember why you put the beans in the fridge. And you're like, oh yeah, because I went to get an onion and then I put the beans in the fridge. All of that. Trouble concentrating, staying focused on one task, exhaustion. So this is also linked to the fact that your sleep cycle does become affected. So 40 to 60% of menopausal women do have trouble sleeping, and that's because of brain overload. Your body is tired, but you're lying in your bed thinking about all the things that you've done today and all the things that you've got to do tomorrow and all the things that you've got to do in a month's time. It's too much. I kid you not. If you have an underlying autistic trait, such as ADD, which is attention deficit disorder, or ADHD, attention deficit hyperactive disorder, that you wasn't aware of before, or it didn't really bother you, you watch when you become perimenopausal and this thing shows up like a long lost auntie at your front door out of nowhere. Whatever autistic trait you have will come to the surface when you are menopausal. Okay, you have an increased overwhelm. What didn't used to feel like a large task now feels huge. Who goes to the airport now, especially as a mom, and feels the need to check 100 times if you've got your passport? And you look in the same bag and it's in the same bag and it's in the same bag 100 times, but you still look. Have I printed my boarding pass? Have I got my case? Did I pack my shoes in my case? Have I got my swimming costume? Did I pack that swimming costume? Have I got the kids? So you're walking around the airport in this panic. You know, this holiday that you've been excited to go on for the last 3 months, and now you're in this panic. Why did I book it? Why am I going? While your hubby is just chilling with his one little jacket and his phone, enjoying the moment. And you're there running around like Mad Sally. So we become so overwhelmed, and this is the state of one of the symptoms. Changes in sensitivity. Your breasts become tender, sore. Your skin becomes thinner, so it hurts just to press certain areas of your body. Just touching on your thigh or your calf, that soreness that can just come from nowhere because the skin is now thinner. Hot flushes, they come from nowhere. It's -3 degrees outside, but your body's telling you you're 35 degrees heat. You're hot. And this starts to happen, especially, coming into that menopause. And, it's not a nice feeling. Irregular periods. Who books their holidays knowing when they're not going to be on their period? But now your periods are so irregular, you don't know when you're going to be on your period, so you just book a holiday and hope for the best. Yeah. Mood swings, mums, we can become irritable. We get irritated quick for no reason, unless you show us some chocolate, of course. But it's just one of those things. You can't help it. You don't know why you feel upset. You don't know why you feel angry or irritated, but you do. Anything someone says can make you feel a bit sensitive. This starts to happen. Migraines. Now, if you're someone that already suffered with migraines, you wait till you become perimenopausal and these will hit you like a ton of bricks where you'll probably just have to go to bed. You'll just need to lie down, turn off the lights, close your eyes, and just wait for that thing to go. Again, part of the hormone changes. Joint and muscle pain. Yeah, you may be going to the gym and you may have done a heavy leg session or a heavy upper body session, but how that pain feels now compared to how it did 10 years ago is so different. The recovery process, that's why it's so important to stretch after a workout. So the recovery process takes longer. The joints just feel more pain. And even if you're somebody who doesn't work out, you can just get out of bed and feel like you're crippled for no reason. And that just happens. Vaginal dryness. And the one I left till last was weight gain, best known as abdominal weight gain. So who now would say that, if you're over 35, of course, who now would say that your stomach fat is harder to lose than it was when you was younger? And it's not necessarily because you're eating differently or moving differently, but it's the way that the fat is now stored in the body because of the way perimenopause affects where we store our fat. So, there's times where you may feel that you wake up and the stomach feels flat, but it doesn't last. Those them times, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you look in the mirror, you're like, whoa, is that me though? And then come lunchtime, it's like, why is that me though? Yeah, it's a big change. It's a big difference. There's always a fitted dress in your wardrobe, but the stomach saying, not today, girl, not today. Yeah, that's like IBS on crack. The stomach's just protruding out. So yeah, if you're experiencing any of these symptoms and you're over 35, then you are most likely going through the journey. So remember, perimenopause can last as long as 10 years. So how can we manage these symptoms then? So if you're not going through them, it's still good to know how you can manage them before it happens. So how can we increase overwhelm? Well, we can seek support from a coach. My girls have support from me. We can seek support from friends, family, where you can share your experiences and feelings. Establishing like a strong support network. This can provide emotional support during challenging times, especially for those who are going through anxiety or depression. With forgetfulness, we stay organized, little calendars or to-do lists. I do like to give my clients little tasks and habits to do that take 30 seconds. They're not long. And we can also practice mental exercises such as puzzles, Memory games. I love memory games. In my grandmother's basket, I think I get to about number 4 now, and I'm like, what was in her basket? We forget, but it's still good to practice them. Ensure adequate sleep, manage your stress levels, think about ways that you can fall asleep better. Shall I take a book to bed? Shall I go to bed with a light lamp, or a candle, or some music, some jazz? So think about ways that you can help to get yourself to sleep. Exhaustion, we can prioritize consistent sleep hygiene. So no TV or technology after a certain time. Read a book downstairs before going to bed just to start feeling relaxed. Have a balanced diet, making sure that on the evening we're not consuming high sugary foods. So if you are one to have a biscuit with your cup of tea or a chocolate bar, have it in the daytime. Don't have it at night when you've put the kids to bed, because your body is going to be tired, but your brain is going to be awake. Like, where's the party at, girl? Where are we going? You want to go to bed and your brain's like, not tonight, because you've just given it some sugar that you could have had at 2 p.m. So think about that as well, the times that you do have your sugary snacks. And then we can incorporate physical activity. If you have a day where you've done a workout, you will naturally feel tired out on the evening than on a day where you haven't done a workout. So even if it's not a scheduled day to work out, just stretch on the floor, do some mobility, do something that still requires this activity to happen, even if it's just a walk. Go out for a walk on the evening, buy a dog, get a dog. So just stay active. If you're going through hot flushes, dress in layers so that when that hot flush comes on, you can just take layers off so that you're already prepared to feel less hot. And you can also make sure that you've got things like fans, cooling pillows. Identify and avoid triggers such as spicy foods. Certain foods can actually bring on hot flushes, as well as too much caffeine. And then you want to just practice things like deep breathing, stress relieving, meditation exercises. So these can all help with you just going through the motions with these hot flushes. And then when it comes to irregular periods, it is hard to track, but it is still good to keep a track, because remember, menopause will happen when you've had 12 months of no period. You're likely then coming out of perimenopause into menopause. So, if you haven't had a period for 9 months, this isn't because you're on the pill or the injection or whatever it is. This is because you are going through perimenopause. So track your menstrual cycle, identify patterns, maintain a healthy lifestyle, including regular exercise and a balanced diet. So just think about, those dates that you've not had a period for, and then just keep monitoring that. And then mood swings. Regular exercise can help stabilize mood. The less you do, the worse you feel, the worse you will act. The more you do, the better you will feel, the better you will act. So practice stress management techniques such as yoga, Pilates, mindfulness. I like to put strength and mobility workouts for my clients to do, Pilates, just so that they don't have to feel like exercise is always strength training or cardiovascular or something where you're going to get hot and sweaty. Just put a mat on the floor, stretch, elongate, increase your posture health and your core strength, and you'll just feel good. Maintain a support network and consider talking to a therapist if needed. If it's not good enough speaking to a loved one or a friend, speak to a therapist. Get a coach. If you're going through migraines, you'll want to identify and manage triggers, such as keeping a track of certain foods. There's certain foods that you will bloat on now as a 40-year-old woman that you didn't used to bloat on when you was 20. And that's all because of the hormone changes. Stay hydrated. So if you're not someone who loves water, learn to love water. Water needs to become your best friend, minimum of 2 liters a day. This is going to help, obviously, if you've got headaches or you suffer with migraines. Maintain a consistent sleep schedule. Don't go to bed one day at 9 p.m., then the next day at 11, then the next day at 2 a.m. What is a schedule that you can healthily maintain? And if it means that you only get 6.5 hours sleep a night, make those 6.5 hours quality sleep, not in and out of sleep, tossing and turning. Consider over the counter pain relief. So, if your headaches are persistent, then you might have to just have things prescribed to you like Relief, on repeat prescription, or, you'll speak to your healthcare provider and sort that out. But you might have to go down the route of prescription medication. Joint and muscle pain. If you've got that, exercise is key. Don't say, I can't exercise because I've got bad knees. No, you need to exercise to make those bad knees better. If you've got lower back pain, you got to do Pilates or strength and mobility. You don't just sit there getting more back pain. Sitting on those hips and that lower lumbar spine all day, you need to stretch it out. So this is why I focus on mobility and Pilates with my clients. And, if you want low impact exercises, go swimming. Don't do things that, cause impact or increase the pain. Go swimming, do aqua aerobics. And then again, you can apply heat or cold packs if needed. If you suffer with vaginal dryness, use water-based lubricants to ease discomfort. So talk to your healthcare provider as well about hormone therapy or other treatments if the symptoms persist, because obviously that can be painful. Sleep disturbance, establish a regular sleep schedule. So create a relaxing bedtime routine. As explained, take a book up with you. Limit the time that you're on technology before bed, and do not have caffeine in the evening. Yes, you can have your coffee. Yes, you can have caffeine, but why would you have it close to bedtime when you want to go to sleep? And then weight gain. Okay, so if you are all of a sudden gaining more weight than normal and you do believe that you're eating well, again, we do store fat differently when we're going through perimenopause, but we've got to adopt a healthy, balanced diet with the focus of whole foods. No processed foods or no large amounts of processed foods should be within our diet. So, it is quick and it is easy to put on, a microwave meal with some veg, or you might just want to bang some coated chicken ready made in the oven, a quick dinner. But you do want to avoid processed foods because this is going to make your weight gain even more. Even if it's the same amount of calories that you were eating before perimenopause, you will gain weight more through processed foods. So enjoy whole foods, but still enjoy the things that you like in moderation. Enjoy having a well-balanced diet, but making sure that you have protein included in your diet. How many women I consult with and their protein levels are so low? This is the reason why you're storing too much body fat. And of course, engage in regular exercise. If you're sitting down complaining that your stomach feels big, or you want to reduce the size of just the dress size that you're in, but you're doing nothing, why would you expect to lose any weight? Or why would you even expect to tone? So we know that we can lose fat and lose weight from just changing our nutrition. But when it comes to toning and feeling leaner and stronger, if we're not exercising, then we can't wish for a body that we're not training to get. So does it mean by doing all of this, you'll be guaranteed an easy ride through menopause? No. But it does mean that you'll be able to improve your experience. So learning all of this before the symptoms even arise will prepare you in advance with the knowledge of what to do. So let's think about the fact that, yeah, we may enter into perimenopause in our 40s, but isn't it better in our 20s to know about these things before it happens? Start to put these habits in place 10 years before they come, so that when it comes, you've already implemented them habits. Turn off your phone an hour before bed. Read a book in your bed. Meditate, breathe, stay healthy, have a balanced diet. Do all the things now so that when it comes, you were already doing it. Okay, so it gives me great pleasure to be able to coach women through this momentous journey whilst they transition into a new phase of their life. Of course, whilst being able to improve my own journey at the same time. So, if any of these symptoms you feel that you're experiencing now and you're having a hard time going through it, then reach out to me and I'll happily take a look at what you're doing and offer some free advice. So I hope that was helpful, and I'll see you in episode 4.